Now, speaking of the laptop, of the emails, of all this, why hasn't Congress acted? Well, one member of Congress has. Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz earlier this week pressing the FBI's Assistant Director of Cybersecurity, hey, where's the laptop? And then he did something even more bold. He entered the laptop contents into Congress. Watch this.
So where is it? The laptop.
Sir, I'm not here to talk about the laptop. I'm here to talk about the FBI cyber program.
You are the Assistant Director of FBI Cyber. I want to know where Hunter Biden's laptop is. Where is it?
Sir, I don't know that answer.
That is astonishing to me. Has FBI Cyber assessed whether or not Hunter Biden's laptop could be a point of vulnerability, allowing America's enemies to hurt our country?
Sir, the FBI cyber program is based off of what's codified in Title 18, Title 18, Section 1030, a code which talks about computer intrusions, right, using nefarious intent network.
Well, you've talked about passwords here. I mean, Hunter Biden's password on his laptop was Hunter02. Mr. Assistant Director, have you assessed whether or not the First Family is compromised as a result of the Hunter Biden laptop?
Sir, as a representative of the FBI cyber program, it is not in the realm of my responsibilities to deal with the questions that you're asking me.
And Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz joined me earlier today to discuss the laptop and Congress's next move. Congressman, welcome to the program. Again, thank you so much for coming on. Let's get right to it here. Finally, the mainstream media wakes up to the fact that the laptop contents are legitimate, are real, but they fall so short of tying Joe Biden into this mess, which we all know here at OAN, and you do, Matt, that the entire family is corrupt. And that means what when it comes to this nation, since that man's now sitting in the White House?
Well, we have to determine whether or not the information on this laptop is a point of a vulnerability, not just for the Biden family, but for our country.
Yes.
Are there adversaries? Are there other countries? Are there non-state actors with leverage, with the ability to blackmail or compromise? You see, you can't blackmail somebody based on information that's already in the public square, so that's why we took the steps to get this introduced into the congressional record with the House Judiciary Committee. I'm shocked that the FBI would have the credulity to sit before the committee and say, we got this 3 years ago, but the FBI cyber chief doesn't know where it is, doesn't know who we could call to get this information. It certainly raises a lot of questions about what's going on over there as well.
So on camera, the clip we played, and from what I've seen since you brought this up to the, second in charge of cybersecurity, have you gotten any answer from the FBI? Do they know where it's at? Have they told you behind the scenes since that famous clip now has gone viral?
Well, they said they would take my request back to FBI leadership. I've got to say, I'm not holding my breath. It's one of the reasons why we've got to have Republican oversight over this administration. It's rare we even get the opportunity to question administration officials, and you see how disconnected some of the responses are from just what we obviously know to be fact. It is obviously the case that if the president's son is engaged in foreign business deals, in kickbacks, in unlawful enrichment of other family members or other people, that is an important thing to review, to discuss, and to have out in the open. I mean, Dan, you covered it in your intro. This was the most suppressed information in the world before the 2020 election. Big media, big tech, the 51 people with national security credentials who came out and said this was Russian disinformation. Here's my question, Dan. If this was really Russian disinformation, shouldn't we know where it is?
Yes, exactly. And one final point to this I want to get you to comment on. How about the timing? Did you note the timing? Because I'm saying the media denied this for over 2 years. Now they're talking about it. And then, oh, by the way, this drops. And then the DOJ comes out, what was it, today, and now says they're going to go after a whole bunch more January 6 folks. I would assume that they're trying to get the mainstream media to jump on January 6 and Trump supporters. So we're not talking about the laptop Hunter and Joe. My opinion.
I guess it depends on how much folks believe in coincidences. I tend to find that nothing's really a coincidence in Washington. But yes, I introduced the laptop into the record and exposed the FBI cyber chief, early in the week. And then the very next day, you get a DOJ authorized leak to CNN saying, oh, things are really heating up in the Hunter Biden investigation. And in fact, this might not be Russian disinformation. It might be real and valid with lawful chain of custody. And of course, they did that after years of neglect, of not doing their duty, because we were getting the information out. They weren't going to be able to deny the contents or just the validity of this information that's very damaging to the first family. So I think when they couldn't deny it anymore, what you've seen in this week's leaks is the national security apparatus trying to get out in front of their own failures.
You got it. Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz, as always, thank you so much for coming on the program, but more importantly, thank you for having the brass, you know what's to do exactly what you did in Congress this week and get that laptop contents on the record. Take care, sir.
We'll stay on the case, Dan. Thank you.